New York City mayoral candidate Andrew Yang took heat for tweeting, quote, "I'm standing with the people of Israel who are coming under bombardment attacks and condemn the Hamas terrorists," end quote. He was then called out by Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, and he was also criticized by his own campaign workers. He then acknowledged that his tweet failed to recognize that there is pain and suffering on both sides of the conflict. Is this an example of the introspection you talk about, or is this an example of the shaming you're talking about?
Of course it's not introspection. Of course it's not. Andrew Yang is a politician. He is in the midst of a campaign.
Is that kind of calling out shaming? Is that kind of calling out constructive?
Well, AOC did call it shameful. So of course, yes, she was shaming him. And she would have no problem owning that. But calling out rarely changes hearts. It will incite fear in the people who are being called out, which may get you a temporary victory, as it did AOC. But over the long term, it's not as if fear, allows people to grow into fuller human beings. Quite the opposite. It actually compels people to dig in their heels and to seek revenge when it's convenient for them. So temporary victories are great for the primitive part of the brain, the ego, but they're not great for long-term change.